Welcome back. The Tran wins Baldur's Gate 3. When we last left off, we had just finished clearing out the steel foundry in that direction of the harbor. You can see the wreckage from here. We're going to start marching back towards Gortash. While we can warp, there's a couple things we want to hit along the way, since we are in the area. First, there is a perception check here to find a note, as well as I guess a constitution check to deal with the fish. Tran failed it. I guess he's totally okay with eating people, but not the smell of dead fish. We'll see if Karlach can surpass this check.
I think it's outrageous that fists should harass people in a nice neighborhood.
Once we pass the check, we can steal. That's what this is. A bag. Where we peek into it, it's also both illegal. There's a key to buried treasure, a map to buried treasure. So let's go ahead and take these both. Take a look at the map. Listen up, son. Like I always said, if you never buy new clothes and eat only from the fish you catch, over time you can save an amazing amount of money. You laughed at me and ran off to find a job working at the Wide in the upper city. But I was right, and now that I'm dying, I'll prove it to you. This map shows you where I've buried my savings, and the key will open the chest. Papa Vids. And we'll just stick that key in our keychain. That unlocks this pin right here, which will be an area we cover later, but I did want to go and grab the map while we're in this region, since we are unlikely to traverse this section again. Now let's go ahead and warp over to this lower city central wall. This takes us back to the central fountain where Alondo's, or whatever the place is, the magic store is over there with Eridan, still arguing impotently at the golem that doesn't speak back.
Very well.
Here's Fitz the Firecracker, that was Karlach's friend. We will be visiting this shoe store. Now, I have tried loading the game and resolving this shoe store before interacting with the prison, that's the Iron Throne, or the golem making area, that's called the Steel Foundry. And Gortash has absolutely nothing to say about me dealing with the situation inside this store. Let's go ahead and head on in. Since we have a big party, if I walk to the back, hopefully everybody should enter the store.
That's curious.
Alright, we'll make sure to shut the door as we talk to everybody. House undetected, this poster.
That's Gortash, isn't it?
Let's talk to the shopkeepers.
Be very welcome to Flymm's Cobblers, humble family home of our Archduke Enver Gortash. He may not have followed in his old man's shoe steps, but Archduke's not so bad, is it?
Gortash's dad. He seems proud.
You're Gortash's father, then?
He's the image of me, isn't he? Always was a handsome devil.
Prove his mind.
Nothing. It's as though the inner workings of his mind have been wiped clean.
Let me see your wares.
Just some regular boots. Not worried about that at all.
Finest leather in the city. Ask anyone.
Alright, then let's talk to Mother Dearest.
Ah, sir, you've chosen a special day to visit the family home of Archduke Enver Gortash. We're celebrating our dear son's magnificent achievement with a special run of leather-soled shoes.
Gods. Gortash has a mother. I assumed he sprang fully formed from a lich's arse crack or something.
Karlach, you served Gortash loyally, according to you, for years. And you're acting as if you've always hated him. Additionally, if you've served him so well, you probably did a bit of his dirty work as well.
So, you're to blame for the rise of that charlatan.
You've chosen the wrong household to argue politics, my friend. Sharp if you like, but let's talk no more of my son.
Your tadpoles, squirms. These people are infected with the parasite, but something is off.
That blue glow behind her, that's just the frost staff that one of my characters has equipped.
Probe her mind.
Whoa, of course I'm gonna get a 1. Well, I'm just curious what happens with this one.
You will keep your magic in hand, sir. In our Enver's own home. Disgusting. Welcome back.
Try again.
Help me! Dear gods, help me!
Connect your tadpole to hers. Delve into her mind.
You search her mind, but the psionic forces that control her are different, split somehow. Your own consciousness slips into the gap.
Help me! Gods, help me! Enver's ruined my mind. He's taken my body. I should have slammed the door in his face, but I let him in and he rammed some kind of worm in our eyes. I'm here, but I can't speak. I can't act. I'm trapped.
Why would Enver do this to you?
He said he wanted to make us powerless. Still bitter after all these years, but we did what was best for him, for all of us. We had debts, world-ending debts, trying to keep this cursed shop afloat. Dangerous lenders who said they'd bury us all if we didn't pay. Then a warlock offered us a pretty penny for Enver's service. He was a smart boy. Too smart. It was give him up, and all of us live, or refuse and die. What choice did we have?
You had every choice. You chose to sell your son to a warlock.
We got good coin for him. Closed our debts, and all of us kept our lives. Enver included. You may disagree, Enver did, but we don't deserve this torment. You're the first person who's heard the real me in months.
Why would I want to help you, the parents of Gortash?
My son? You've seen what he's like, same now as when he was a boy. Hateful little wretch. If you were me, you'd have sent him away too, believe you me.
I could put you out of your misery if you'd like.
There has to be another way. I deserve to live again. I deserve my own life.
Obviously, since we're playing an evil team, we're going to end her suffering an attack, but what gets me is either the game developers have decided that is a righteous move, or Karlach and Will's motivations are a lot less altruistic than their mouths would lead you to believe, because they are going to approve of us killing these two parents. Yes, I know selling your child into a warlock's contract or whatever that was is not a good thing, but if she is correct that Gortash was just as evil back then, there was nothing she could do, and if she was going to get her whole family killed by not paying off debts, that is probably, all in all, the best outcome that could have happened. And very likely, what really happened here is the warlock probably schemed these things to happen, make their shop go down in flames, and then coerce the family to sell Gortash. This is what I'm assuming, okay? So we're going to say that the warlock pulled strings to make this happen. This family stands no chance against the warlock, and Gortash is where he's at now because of it. Anyways, all of these ethics or moral quandaries aside, I do think it's ridiculous that Will and Karlach approve of this next action.
End her suffering. Attack!
Your tadpole lashes and recoils. The connection is broken.
My goodness, what are you doing?
It didn't display it at the time because I'm already at max, but they just, trust me, they do approve. Minthara also approves of us killing the parents. Which, it doesn't surprise me for Minthara, but really? Karlach and Will? That should not be a thing.
So, Gortash's parents sold him to a warlock. Why does that sound so familiar? I've got no interest in empathizing with the fuck. But maybe what he did to me was some kind of mirror of what happened to him. When you get fucked up, you fuck up right back.
Alright, let's go ahead and speak with the dead. We'll start with the father. If I can just... Nope. There we go. I'm gonna fight my way around the interface to get to him.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
What was Gortash like as a child?
Foolish, needy, wicked. Too much trouble needed. Money sold him off.
I have no doubt that there are bad parents out there, but yeah, Gortash was evil even as a child. And he probably killed little animals or something too. As soon as he spawned from a lich's arse crack, as Karlach put it.
Does Gortash have any weaknesses I can use against him?
Clever boy. Always tinkering. Traps, mechanisms. Use his work against him. Steel watchers were his greatest weapon.
Why did you sell your son?
Heavy debts, no way to repay. Trouble with guild. Warlock offered good coin.
Remind me, who did I just kill this time?
Dravo, Flymm, father of Flymm, Gortash.
I don't think she will speak as well. I'm not morphed, so let's go ahead and morph ourselves at this point. Let's be a dwarf.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
What can you tell me about your son?
I should have ended him in the womb. Dreadful child. Sold him to a warlock to save our shop. At least he got to live.
Her eyes are not glowing and they're just this lifeless look. I'm sure that's a bug, as much as a bug is a necklace clipping through her neck. Still, it does look weird not having the green glow like everybody else does when we do speak with the dead.
Is there anything I can do to gain an advantage over Gortash?
He's very crafty. Sabotage. His traps. Someone already got his watches.
Why did you sell your son into slavery?
Owed money to dangerous people. It was the only thing we could do.
Tell me who you are.
Sally Flymm, mother of Enver. Flymm. Gortash.
Alright, let's go and loot their store. Or more specifically, look for documentation. You have here the Cobbler's Ledger. which just says that he's got 26 pairs of Flaming Fist scout boots to do. Oh, and another caveat to make it sound like Gortash was not some innocent child just given away. The Warlock wanted him. The Warlock's not going to want anything that's just useless baggage. Yeah, I killed them to be evil, and I was really surprised that Karlach and Will approved of that. I was like, what are you thinking? This is just more stuff about the tadpole information. I don't know why he'd have the book here unless he just retreats to this facade of a loving home from his heavy day of being an Archduke. I don't quite know why this stuff about the tadpole is here, but alright. What else do we have? This Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Steel Watchers greet our new protectors. Elf Song Tavern changes its tune. Refugees rest arrive in Rivington, and another gap from buffoon Duke Dillard Porter. Pick it through this partition, apparently. Inside we get another book, Scrapbook of Letters. A collection of letters between two correspondents, but all written in an unfamiliar code or cipher. At the end of the scrapbook is a sheet titled Plain Text deciphered by G. Chosen of Ball. That would be not Gortash, Orin.
Your proposal is intriguing. Tell me more about the Crown of Karsus.
We have here who we assume is Gortash.
It was created to enhance and broadcast the dominance of its creator. But during the folly it was inverted, turned inward. Now, instead of the wearer dominating others, others can dominate the wearer.
Useful. I like it. How do you exert this dominance?
The crown has 3 bejammed finials. They are the foci, and they are detachable.
3? So that's why our masters want Merkel added to the Cabal. With the crown on the right cranium, we would rule from the shadows. But how do we get it?
We steal it from Mephistopheles himself, and I know who can get us there. A diabolist named Hilson.
Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, and before we do finish leaving... Now, if you're stealing stuff in the store or picking up, messing with the bodies, NPCs can see you through the window and will call the cops on you. If you don't attack the parents through the dialogue option, guards will also arrive because there's 2 different entities. So let's say that you attack the mother. Let's go for it. Let's say you attack the mother, then the father will call the cops on you, even if you kill them in the same round. That's a bit close up. So we're now back here where the strange apple is, and before we exit back to the previous map, we'll head to camp so we can find information from Orin. So that's our next thing we're going to do. Letter with sticky red blots. Sure, let's take a look.
Thanks to you, the tyrant's iron throne lies broken beneath the bay, and the prisoners it held are nothing but blood in the foam. Fishermen will be finding succulent morsels of gnome flesh to decorate their dishes for years to come. You sow the seeds of chaos well. How the sheep bleat to watch their gilded guardians crash to the cobbles. They tremble to see the lordling's temple of tyranny crumble atop their corpses. The time is now. Without his mindless mannequins, Gortash is weak. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him.
The rest of the page is filled with the same scrawled instruction, written in increasingly illegible script. At the bottom is a signature in blood. Orin, how nice of her to sign it for me. That's very, very polite. And then we return to Worm's Rock.
After you turn your animals over to the care of the ducal council.
Blaze Savor runs on in because the Steel Watch is dying right next to her. We're actually going to kill her in a unique way. Because she's hostile, we can actually do things such as surprise attacks to her. But that's not what we're going to do here. Because she's hostile, she will also counterspell anything we happen to throw. Now, I can't actually step closer than this because although the red cone only shows this much, she actually sees through the door, so she will see more than the cone shows. But we do want to get a couple characters closer. These three. Closer than that. There we go. Now she's steeped in bliss. Alright, so here's the weird thing. Since she's hostile, we can agree that I should be able to surprise attack her. When we cast Minor Illusion, we can stay hidden while casting this, so there shouldn't be any reason why she should be able to counterspell this. However, she does counter it, and because she does, we're going to obliterate her with our Psychic Backlash. I'm explaining all of this because it's going to happen all at once, and you're going to wonder, like, how did she die? That was my version of the stealth kill right there. I'm going to get Asterion in. There would have been a group of non-armor wearing guards because they would have just woken up to defend the castle, including the guy who was stealing that we let go. Well, I murdered them all in their sleep, so they're not going to be here to defend. Sometimes it pays to be evil. There's another group of Flaming Fist in this room.
The element of surprise.
It would be easy. You know what? We'll go and we'll go and do it this way. Let's get everybody out of the door range. Then we're gonna have Asterion do a surprise attack. It means walking in will be a little slower, but if the enemy doesn't move, that's time saved for me. Notice that she's not hostile. She's technically a merchant. Now she's become hostile because she's part of the Flaming Fist faction. This one is permanently hostile, but she's temporarily hostile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock her out and just leave her around. I will probably never use her as a store because she's the quartermaster that we bribed earlier. I'll probably never use her as a store, but I just want to keep her alive just because we can. Asterion, you were so close to defeating everybody in one go. Alright, let's just get everybody in.
Keeping quiet.
We killed most of them. Actually, is this a surprise round? Yeah, it is a surprise round. Alright. Karlach. Go and turn on non-lethal attacks. Okay, I thought she was dead, but no. I don't know why she got a shocking grasp attack out of that. Is that just from the lightning jabber? Well, the buff wore out. Not sure why. Maybe because she's not in the initiative order anymore. Okay, and we just gotta kill this dude. Make sure we don't have... Turn that on and turn this on. Cold a week for the illithid people.
The way
and
is
now,
clear.
this character, when we rest and return, long rest and return, she will actually be okay to trade with us. I have tested it out, and that's actually what happens.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Before she wakes up, if we want to loot anything, we probably should, because she won't take kindly to us doing it later. Oh, there's a key there. Also, there was a key on the mother of Gortash that I could have used instead of lockpicking the chest. But while I'm recording, sometimes I don't necessarily think of that at that exact moment when I'm trying to get everything moving fluidly. Another key here, but I think this key just leads to the stuff in the back, which we've already pilfered. Another key. Flail +1, draw poison. Nothing major.
Breathe deep and move.
Okay. Oh, and if we try to go back into the city, the drawbridge is up. So nothing we can actually do about that. That's why also the Worm's Rock is not this teleporter is not currently working, because this entire area is a hostile zone. Alright, for this next section, because an achievement is associated with this and you can miss it, I'm actually going to make a save here. I always feel a little silly saving on camera. The achievement is, if you kill Gortash without any of the traps going off. And there are traps in this area. Some of them may have gotten shattered before, but as long as they haven't exploded, I can still get the trap. I still get the achievement. If I go up the door now, my party is large enough where I will just spring a trap just by virtue of being such a large group. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take our party and set them to the side here. And then we're going to take Asterion, and he's going to bait the enemy into chasing us. We're going to go and murder these guys as fast as possible. So there are two traps right here, and if I were to enter with a bigger party, they would immediately detect, because they have their own cone of vision, and drop a grenade. As long as they don't appear in the initiative bar, we should be fine to get the achievement. So we're going to run straight into this passageway. If I stealth now, they actually will not even bother trying to reach this area where Asterion was last seen, even though that is their normal behavior. So we're going to make sure he doesn't stealth. Not that he had the action available to it. They will attempt to pursue him. After their surprise round is over, they'll attempt to pursue him. I still don't want to stealth. Let's go ahead and actually sprint. Stand there. I might be able to see multiple of them as they move down the stairs. Yes, they will actually pathfind their way down the stairs. I just have to wait for them to make it. But by doing so, I can get the achievement. And the reason why I'm worried so much about it is I think this is an achievement many people will miss. So as a video creator, I'm trying to show you, like, hey, what is a reasonable way you can get this achievement? And this, to me, is a reasonable way. Hop on through with one dude, lure them down. Whether or not you kill them, doesn't matter. Just lure them on down, and then fight them where there aren't traps. The banquet hall is probably a very good place, but I've already personally destroyed the traps in the center main passageway earlier when I was killing some of the Flaming Fist before sieging Worm's Rock. If you haven't done that, which you very likely haven't, I would just fight them in the banquet hall. Not this throne room right here, but where all the bodyguards were eating before you entered the area. This is what we'll be looking at until they move on down the stairs. Now, when they enter through the gateway to appear on the next floor, basically the teleport or the move character trigger, they will be facing to the right if you're looking at the stairway. So they'll actually be facing the direction my characters are positioned in, which is why I put them so far back. Oh, you could easily have just put them on the other side. And this is fine too, because this means that if they were to do anything other than walk straight, that I would still be okay. Again, I don't want to crouch. I just want to wait for the enemy to make it to me. I probably will, if I ever do reskill, I'll probably give Asterion Shadowheart's heavy lightning crossbow and make him no longer the dual-wielding hand crossbow. Although it has been great so far, that lightning crossbow might actually give me a lot more damage. I haven't quite done the numbers yet, but I think it may be approaching time for me to switch. But that's if I reclass, and reclassing is always a very long affair for me because I try to figure out exactly how I want to level each character progressively, so it takes a while to do. Are you guys not moving any further? Maybe I need to move back into the banquet hall? I don't know. If you guys don't move further, I'm going to pop on through and shoot you some more. Yeah, they're not moving. Normally they don't do that. On my previous take of this, I didn't... on my previous take of this, I didn't stand where I am standing now, however. Maybe that's the problem. Let's stand over here. This is where I was standing before on my previous take. Let's see if that encourages them to move a little bit more. Yeah, I guess standing on the other side of the hall says, don't chase after me. Yeah, they might actually just be standing directly over my character. Go back to this one. He is 8-2-13. If I go back to Asterion, it's 9-2-13. Yeah. They are currently trying to stand on top of Asterion, but eventually they do figure out that they need to walk through here. Oh yeah, this is not an exciting portion of it, but it is necessary for the traps not to go off. Here, should I maybe move Asterion a little closer to the doorway? I get to flip this lever, dude. Maybe you don't want to do it during combat? Okay. Maybe you just couldn't see it before. That lever will open this door here and give me a little bit more of a leeway to escape, but I'm trying to lure these guys to stepping down the stairway. I haven't had them be this problematic, though. I've done this, we'll say, 3 or 4 times, and they've never been this stubborn about not going down the stairway. Okay, that one looks like he knows where to go. But of course, since his turn is ended, he'll forget where to go when his turn shows up again. Another way I could have done this is use fly and just bypass these guys entirely. So this leads right to the back area where you can enter the prison from. There we go, thank you. You note that they spawn facing this way. Actually, this does kind of work out for me because they'll all be clustered up. So when I reveal the rest of my team, I'll be able to hit them with full-on attacks. Normally, they kind of approach down here piecemeal, one at a time, spread out. Get the group in close. And then figure out how we want to do this. I think we'll start with Jaheira. I don't like that I can't continue to move her. I assume that's part of some sort of balance thing for the game. Halsin, what do we want to do with you? I'm not sure there's really anything much from you that I want to have happen. Yeah, we'll hold off for a second. Shadowheart. Turn this on. Want to hit Z. Nice. Karlach. We'll hold off on Karlach, but I would like to select Will again. Make sure that repelling blast is off so they don't immediately turn around facing me. Well, if I stab them all, I should be able to cast Hold Person, actually. I just don't know if I just don't know where they'll end up in the initiative order. I would assume that they get to move after me, or move before me. So if I were to cast any of these spells, what is my percentage right now without acuity? 64%, not that great. We could try. We'll stab for now. Make sure dual wielding is off. So we have our bonus hand action. Thara's up next. We'll save Karlach for last. She's gonna potentially slip though. I could swap boots and stuff and make her immune to slipping, but this is fine. Shadowheart might also slip from this. Now it's Karlach's turn. Throw. What? I want this one thrown. Hold on, you have the wrong one. It's stuck to the first one. I don't know what that flash was, but that looked pretty dramatic. Okay, and now everybody is engaged in combat. Staring back inside. And figure out who's dying first. He has 2 stacks of prone, I guess, so we'll leave him alone. He might lose his turn dealing with one of them. Right, now it's the enemy's turn. They get up, and their turn is spent, which is why I saved Karlach for last, so that she could throw anybody that didn't emerge unscathed from Gale's frost attack. Okay, I might not actually need to cast Hold Person with the... since there's only a couple left. Alright, we're good. I like that. That's always a blast for me. Okay, we're gonna make another save. I suppose we can also look at the bodies while we're down here. There's a Spear of Inferno. I'll grab that. Is on hit 3 poison damage, very similar to the Spear of or Mace of Inferno we saw in the Steel Foundry. Just +1 mace. And another +1 mace. Alright, let's get moving. These traps will not activate now that there's no one here to put the battle into effect. None of these corpses have anything other than the bodyguards. The bodyguards will have some minor gear, but other than that, nothing. Still don't understand the whole point of this. There's Porter, who gets mentioned a lot, only for him to be killed off here. The throne only has 2 hit points as well, which I think is weird. It looks pretty massive, but I feel like it should have more than 2 hit points. If you need the food, there's all this extra stuff here. Still stealing, though, if you do try to take it. Just hope that no one spots you. And of course, giving the game logic, even if we were to maintain our alliance with Gortash, stealing a bowl of gruel would be enough for him to say, you know what, I don't need you to kill Orin after all. How uncivilized of you. We're gonna go ahead and make the party crouch. we can also bring, we'll bring Gale and Halson, and that should really be enough to do what we need here. While they're sneaking up over there, let's have Karlach break these so we can escape the room. I wasn't quite sure what the parameters were for the trap stuff, but this is fine. I believe all they need to do is not show up in the initiative order. Killing them, even being damaged by the flames, should still be okay. The reason I mention this is, the first time I came in through here and murdered everybody, see the bloodstain, I killed the guards, these are different guards. First time I did that, I should have destroyed these traps, and that would have made what I'm about to do easier. However, I didn't at the time because that was a long time ago when we first entered Worm's Rock. And if I was wrong about that gamble, I would have had to redo everything. Wait, I'm clicking on this. Floor, the pillar, the rafters in the way. So I'm going to smash up these traps so that we can escape through this room without triggering any of them. This doesn't apply the lightning damage. It's when launched on a target, deal additional 1 to 4 lightning damage. For whatever reason, this is not adding that lightning damage.
Easy.
That one, oh, maybe it's because lightning damage wasn't strong enough. That's why. Because these are sturdy. That one just vanishes. Alright, that should be all of them. If I send Karlach in on her own, I will get different dialogue. That's the one we already saw the first time we were in Worm's Rock. So we'll send in both Tran and Karlach. And we'll let Karlach vent. We won't necessarily take her side or Gortash's side. We'll just take a neutral stance, meaning that this gives Karlach the most screen time. By being invisible, we won't get in combat.
It's hard to keep a good woman down, isn't it, Karlach?
I don't know. You managed it for a solid decade.
I never meant to harm you, dear. Merely to help you realize your vast potential.
You sent me to the hells. You let Zariel take my heart, as though any of it was yours to give away.
The greater good, Karlach. Something I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Don't lecture me about goodness. You don't know the first thing about it, but I do. I give a shit. I don't hurt the people I love, and I keep my promises too.
Stay out of it.
I'm sorry you feel wronged by how things ended between us all those years ago. But now we must look to the future.
You make it sound like we were lovers. Or friends. But that wasn't it. I trusted you. I respected you. It was my job to protect you. And that's what I did. I was so young. I didn't recognize evil when I saw it. When you turned on me, I was too dumbstruck to realize what was happening. No way he'd hurt me, I thought. He betrayed me for reasons I still don't quite understand. But I suppose evil has no real cause. It just is. Until it isn't.
You utter brat. You're going to burn this place down.
Good.
Get out of here while you can, Gortash.
You can't escape me. Wherever you go, I'll find you. Wherever you run, there I'll be!
We'll back out of the room before invisibility wears off. Damn fool, I am Bane's chosen. I am your death. Which I can't reach with the body, so we'll have to wait on that. Have a spear then. Don't heal. I'm trying to kill you.
This city is mine!
There is another trap. There's that one there. Okay, there it is. I knew there was one over here. I might be able to just take that out. But we still want to back out of the room anyways, because the journals and such, they do have hit points. For example, this journal of Enver Gortash has 2 hit points. And there's lots of explosives that he will throw, and that will destroy some of the documents. Let's not have that happen. I guess we'll just have her end her turn. While everybody else is moving, we'll continue to move Tran around. Party set up in the corner over there.
You chose to suffer. You chose to die.
He critical missed both his allies. Reunited him. You're welcome. Let's stand out here. Shall we stealth now? Because I'm not sure if he'll chase me if I'm stealth. We'll just keep running out into the open. He'll continue to chase us. Okay, stop making the camera fight me. I'm trying to watch what's going on. Okay, that was a very awkward jump.
From your ashes, Baldur's Gate will be reborn.
Let's see, what spell do we want to cast? We could fog it up and sneak up on him, but I think we're going to cast Evard's Black Tentacles. That lady, hold on, maybe we'll Black Hole. I think we'll cast Black Hole and maybe try to get everybody in. I could cast Arcane Lock. I'm not sure if that's what we're going to do. I'm curious how the enemy will... I don't think this will put out... This shouldn't put out the fire, will it? I should have cast that first. Here's what we'll do. We'll do something in a little bit in between. We'll pass it over to Karlach, and we'll have Karlach pick a spell out of this book. Circle of Death around a creature. No. Chain Lightning. No, that's too normal. Telekinesis. That's always fun. Polymorph. I did say I want to try cast Everard's Tentacle. We'll do that here now. Thanks for the camera view. Try to close this door. There's another door to the side over there. Our door was just cover against ranged attacks. What did you hit? Did you hit anything? I don't think you did. Okay, well that dragged Minthara into combat because she psionic backlashed. And you're still concentrating on Insect Flame. Can I reach you with this spell? What's the range on this? Okay, it is melee range. Well, that's sad. I wanted to give you diarrhea or something before you died. We can't move Gale yet. Oh, I guess if Gale got shoved into it, it wouldn't be a total loss. The other person's not getting pushed in. No, none of them are moving. Maybe it's the black tentacles that are doing it. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out if the ice storm does take out the wall of fire. Okay, it did not. Tran's move. I assume a second Everard's Tentacle wouldn't do anything, so we'll just fireball. I'm always so disappointed with the range of this fireball. What else can we do then? Close the door again. Actually, I'm not sure I want to. It's Edinburgh Gortash next, so yeah, I guess we'll close the door.
You will not take this city!
This will probably kill him, right? Alright, now it's just Gortash left. Ice Storm him again? I don't think that'll make him slip, though. I'm going to throw this. Can't throw through the doorway. You know what? Let's lock Karlach in here. I think that's fitting. Since we dashed, we won't be able to enrage throw. See if she can get up this ladder without slipping.
Swords meet sorcery.
I like that he's chasing her up the bell tower. Oh, that I didn't know. Okay, that's new to me. Oh no, don't go out there. Chase Karlach. Too heavy to throw. Avatar of Tyranny. Bane has come to Gortash's aid. Gortash has 150 hit points. Advantage to strength saving throws and strength ability checks, and has fearsome new powers. Okay. I really wanted him to chase Karlach because I thought it'd be funny to have them fight up here. But if he's not going to bother, I guess we'll step downstairs? Or maybe I can shoot him from up here and lure him up here? Can you shoot him from here? Path interrupted. Can you throw anything from here? Let's go and get you further out of the way. And if he guys, I guess he has his own fate if he runs into this group. But I really thought it would be cool if he chased that Karlach up at the bell tower. Come on, dude. Something. Anytime now. Which way are you looking? You are probably able to see out that window, so... Yoink! Grouped back further up. And if I were to select any of the characters that are in battle, they stop moving entirely. Yay! Okay, I don't know what that is. It's nothing I can select, and it doesn't appear to be an effect on her. Gortash summons Bane's fists, closes the Bane. Conjure the divine aspect of Bane, the accursed fist that hangs in the air until the end of the round before falling, crushing anyone under it for 12 to 120 bludgeoning damage. Well, I know it. Oh, wait, I can't throw you. Darn it. Okay. Alright, let me think here. I mean, I could just continue to use scrolls. And she has Will's spellbook. Oh, can I make him dance? Apparently not. That is sad. No dancing for us. It's a serious time. That's fine. He's not down there anymore anyways. This would do 1d8 plus 1d4. And this would do 1d8 plus 1d6. So we'll throw this. Wait, he's immune to thunder, so that would actually do less. I do think it's sad that I can't throw him. It wasn't letting me throw that axe. Why? You're telling me I still have an action. Let me use it. Alright, fine. Let's action surge first then. Actually, let's undo that and get Gale to scooch a little more in case the other dude pops out, which I don't think he will.
Shall be done.
them maneuvering towards the door is probably them just trying to get out of the Everett tentacle and not escape through the front door. Yeah, because I think it would be just awesome if I could just throw him down there into the pit of flames. That would be peak cinematic quality right there. As we wait for the manifestation of tyranny to end his turn. Alright, do your worst. But it was nothing compared to what Karlach just did to you. Tyrant's Bindings. Create heavy magical chains that bind to your targets, having their movement speed. If chains are still present at the beginning of your turn, they break, dealing 8 to 64 force damage to all targets. Oh, I just want to chuck him under there and let him get smashed by it, or over here. How much damage would that do? Probably not much. I'm curious. Alright, let's find out. Okay, we'll just use a regular throw for this one instead of a frenzy throw. Oh, that was a bit more damage than I expected. I haven't done the improvised attack yet. Let's do that. We have a little bit more to go. It's gonna just smash him into pace with this chair. I think that is very Karlach. Frenzy throw. Defeat Gortash and Worm's Rock without activating any traps. And we still have to kill Bane. Oh, Bane's Fist probably just need to end his turn or something. Yeah. Is the flame still going? It is. Let's cancel that flame before people get hurt. And Hausen, cancel your insects. Alright, I had a... Right, let's go ahead and make a save here. Karlach, what do you got to say to me?
It's finished. It's done. I need to see him up close. I need to know he's dead.
Karlach, you turned him into paste with a chair. I think you know. Sure, we'll do this. Okay, I have to redo this scene a couple times. Daylight didn't work, but light will. When we're doing this dialogue up here, Karlach, her face is completely in shadow. You can't see anything. These characters are struggling to figure out who's climbing the ladder. Tran couldn't climb it because Karlach was in the way. Karlach couldn't climb it because Tran was in the way. Let's try this again.
So Gortash is nothing more than a pile of flesh? Same as the rest of us.
I can sense she's working something out. Say nothing.
I feel like there should be a sunset for me to ride off into. Or an orchestral swell, or something. But there's nothing, is there? I killed the bastard who ruined my life, and my prize is that I get to crawl into a corner and die. Am I fucking missing something?
Continue to say nothing.
I can't do it anymore. 10 years, man! It's enough! It's enough. He's dead. And he's no fucking sorrier now than he was before. What was the point? I'm still dying. I'm dying. I'm going to die.
Karlach, it doesn't need to be this way. You can still return to Avernus.
I don't want to go back to hell. I shouldn't have to. I want to live. I want to live here, in my home, with my own heart. My heart. It was mine. And they took it. I'm going to be as dead as a Gortash any day now. Any moment. And what then? Off to the City of Judgment to waste into oblivion? Into the dirt to get eaten by maggots? Is that it for me? Is that fucking all? And you'll just keep going, won't you? Watching the stars, warming your hands on the campfire, dancing, eating, making fucking love all night. All of it, all of it! That's my reward for everything I suffered. That's why I survived 10 years of torment. The fighting, the clawing, the loneliness, the fucking loneliness. All of it so I could rot. Because the person I trusted the most gave me away to the devil. It isn't fair. I don't want it like this.
Let it out. It's about time.
I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to stay. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Pray with me.
I don't know how.
Just close your eyes and tell the gods what you're feeling. Some among them will understand.
Worth a shot? I begged one of them to claim my soul, hoping for Lathander or Selûne. But at this point, I've probably done more to earn Leviatar's interest.
Ask for a miracle that Karlach's life be saved.
That's a big ask. You in good with the powers that be?
I still have access to my magic, so they haven't given up on me yet.
Thanks for not giving up on me, either. Let's get out of here. I've always hated this place. Stupid fucking gigantic bridge or whatever. I think I need to go to camp for a while. Be alone. Scream at the sky. You can come and find me later if you want to. Thanks for listening. For existing. Love you.
Then we become immediately heavily encumbered because she just drops 85,000 gold onto our pockets. That's how she was carrying it for the party. And we do need to speak to Lord Enver Gortash. But his voice is not, or his body is not voiced, so I will provide that.
You see Gortash. His soul is already suffering at my hands. That is the fate of all those who fail me. If you're not Gortash, then who are you? I am Bane, the Black Lord. I am the ultimate tyrant. I am fear. I am hate. And you are the dagger that bled Merkel's favored. You are the thorns that prick at my sides. Yet you are proof that still I will rise, and Ball and Merkel will yield. One question asked, 4 still remain. You said I am proof you will rise. What did you mean? You live for power. You have proven it with every fallen foe, every chest opened, every skill claimed. As long as mortals and immortals vie for sharper blades and louder voices, I am strengthened. So it is for Ball and Merkel, and so it is for you. You make me eternal.
What can I do to earn your blessing, Lord Bane?
You have already laid the foundation. You gained my favor when you slayed Gortash. Your need for power exceeds even his. Use the Netherstones to commandeer the Bray and unleash your infected army. I will count you among my chosen. Or do not. Your lust for victory still brings you one step closer to me.
Why did you ally with Merkel and Ball?
Why do red dragons ally with the Githyanki? Why did the broken god befriend Tyr? And by turning mortals illithid, you deny their souls to their keepers. You do not stoke fear by reaping your own fields, but by burning your foes.
Can you help me find the headquarters of Orin the Red?
Of course you seek Orin, Baal's vengeful chosen. His temple is hidden even to my eyes. How fortuitous, then, that Orin seeks you. Orin is too proud of her own handiwork to linger in your shadow. The vain don't like to be upstaged. She'll make herself known to you, if she hasn't already, in her own special way. It is done. 5 questions, and no more. Gortash is dead, but I am undying, just as you've made me.
And on his corpse, we'll find a key, more bombs, phase optimizer grants nearby still watchers an additional action with roiling arcana. A note from Hellsick. Lord G. This entire initial business, I mean, I guess code names be very kid-like, but using initials in lieu of that is half-witted at best. When he writes Lord G, I don't think some imposing, mysterious figure in the shadows. No, I'm thinking of a guy with his hat backwards, a giant gold chain, and fake gold teeth, standing here in Archduke robes, pretending to be powerful. That's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing a giant poser here. Lord G. Yes, if necessary, I could get you back into the House of Hope, for the right price, of course. Though I doubt they'd be happy to see you again. You didn't exactly leave on the best of terms. However, you know your business partner better than I, or anyone else. H. Devil's Fee. You find the fabricated arbalist, which is... It has Dazzling Ray, unleash a beam of brilliant light that blinds all creatures in its path. Until the spell ends, you can recast the spell. Casting again may possibly burn you each time you recast it. This sounds like it'd be a fun gimmick to attach to Karlach with a burning build. I'm sure Gortash would have been proud. It does require concentration, which could be problematic for berserkers, but it can also be used every short rest. Alright. Illuminating Shot is an alternative act you could do instead of attack, but it only does 1d4 damage. It does apply Radiant Orb. Then you got your normal heavy crossbow abilities. The Cloth of Authority. You cannot be frightened and cannot be afflicted with other emotion-altering conditions. Okay. I mean, it does say with conditions, because otherwise you could just try to slap this on Karlach and expect it to be monotone, like me, for the rest of the game. Authority. You have an advantage on intimidation checks and insight checks. Okay, sure. Tyrannical Jackboots. You gain a +1 bonus to charisma checks and saving throws. Alright. Netherstone-Studded Gauntlet. Enervating Suffusion. Your unarmed attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 force damage. And then you gain +1 bonus to spell save DC and command. This is probably what we'll slap on Jaheira.
Howling like a great wind through a canyon. It engulfs your mind, drowns your senses. Above the hell rises a screech, gleeful and maniacal. It is the way and the truth. Absolute.
Leave them alone.
The screech quiets, the howl fades. Your mind is hollow, save one lone voice.
Bane's chosen has fallen. His Netherstone is yours. You have done well.
We'll just assume that Jaheira is watching Tran speak. First off, Jaheira does not have a tadpole. I didn't know this scene would happen. I've just been trying to get this whole dialogue to work without Karlach appearing as a black shadow during her emotional dialogue.
Where do we go from here? The Elder Brain is regaining its autonomy. It cries not from pain, but exaltation. We must stop it before it breaks free. One Netherstone remains, Orin's. We must find her and take it from her. After that, we take control of the brain. And you should start wondering what you will do then. I'll decide that when we get there. Sometimes you surprise me with your wisdom.
Alright, let's just go ahead and snap everything else up. And I think we're done here. In a previous episode, one of the half episodes, I did go through and read everything that was on his tables. The bodies don't have any noteworthy loot. Take a look at here, the Black Gauntlet. This is the closest thing to loot, the Mace +2, which is still just going into my stash and will never see the light of day because we have much better weapons than a +2. There's still, we're gonna go talk to Karlach, but I will point out that although I don't have any problems with Karlach as a character, and I understand that she's very distraught about what she's going through, it strikes me as almost a little tone deaf, considering this door, we see so many other people who have had their lives also cut tragically short. All these people, they wanted to live. The niece of Duke Dillard Porter, I think it's a niece, that we will later encounter. I'm sure that she would have wanted her uncle. Was it uncle? I don't care. A family member of this dude, right? He's basically the butt of these notes that Gortash keeps writing. Would have given almost anything to have another day with him. One more day. And now everything she's ever interacted with, she'll have to miss it. Whether it's sitting at a dinner table with him. Karlach is still alive, and she has a choice that can let her live. I'm not saying that it's wrong for her to be upset. I'm saying that given the carnage we just witnessed, the carnage that we just did to get here, these are mercenaries who are trying to be police officers. We have done a lot of murder to get to this point. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and do a long rest. It looks like the gate is still up.
Are the gods truly this petty?
Yeah, pretty much. Go back to camp. So it's no longer a dangerous area now that we've conquered it.
A letter from Orin. What does she want?
You have done well, underling. Order's Gate gags on Gortash's gall, and your little pet still has eyes to witness it. Now, do proper honor to the murder lord, you must submit yourself to trial in the murder tribunal. Remember, Sicarius. Succeed there, and you may find me in Baal's temple, deep below the tyrant's rotted cobbles. In that unholy sanctum, the murder lord will watch our blood duel at last. I will keep your minion safe until then, unless it misbehaves. Orin.
Hey, soldier. You're back.
Sorted yourself out, I hope.
You hope correctly. Had a bit of a cry and a talking to with the gods, but I think we're square now. Did I miss anything meanwhile?
Villains rose, heroes fell, and the apocalypse drew nearer.
Nothing out of the ordinary then. You know, soldier, we're so fucked. The Dark Three are trying to consume the Sword Coast. We've still got tadpoles in our eyes, and I've got a ticking time bomb in my chest. I'm not sure anyone has ever been more fucked than this. And yet, we're fine. In this moment, we're fine. Here I am. There you are. Breathing, talking, even laughing if we want. Is it very precious to say that, despite it all, I'm happy?
This is all well and good, but I can't pretend there isn't a solution here. You could go back to Avernus and live.
No? I can't. I'd rather die here in Faerun, my home, than live in service to a devil.
It wouldn't have to be forever, just long enough for us to figure out a way to fix your engine.
I've considered it. Believe me, I have. But it would take Zariel all of a minute to suss me out and force me back into the Blood War. I can't do it anymore. I'd wish for death every day. Let me go out surrounded by things I love, not things I hate. Speaking of which, there's something I wanted to ask you. Will you stay with me when it's time for me to go? I think I can do anything if you're there. Even die.
Of course I'll be there, Karlach. Whatever you need.
Thank you. Now, enough tragedy, I'm not gone yet, and our schedule is packed with important heroics, isn't it? Plus, if I cry anymore, I'm gonna run out of tears and start leaking motor oil. Thanks for everything, soldier. I'm extremely glad to be in this thing together.
Hold on, if I make her cry enough, I'll get motor oil? That's infinite combustibles. Let's bring those bottles over.
Karlach needs time, space. But more than this, I think, she needs to know she is not alone.
Help me convince her to return to Avernus.
I wish I could. But she alone knows what awaits her in Avernus, and she has made her choice. If she cannot have the life she wants, she will at least die as she chooses.
That's easy for you to say. You've had the chance to live a full life.
Trust me. With the grand wisdom of centuries, I can make no more sense of this than you.
I'm still thinking about Karlach. About what she said. God. There really is no justice in the world.
Also, Astarion does comment that there's too many children going missing if it's Yenna who gets captured instead of one of your companions. So Astarion's like, we're gonna go mount a rescue for her. But don't get me wrong, it's just Baldur's Gate has enough missing children already, or something like that. He does have a soft spot for the characters. None of the characters are completely explicitly evil, murder-happy monstrosities. Tran, I mean, it isn't completely evil either, being neutral evil. He'll do the right thing, but he'll do so in the most gruesome way possible just because it's funny. Because he can.
The agony of knowing the end is near. I spent years swatting away my fears and doubts of my infernal fate, and I eventually made my peace. I had to. You will too, Karlach. I know it. Until then, I'm here every step of the way.
And while we're here at Worm's Rock, we'll also defeat the dragon. And since we've already defeated him one-on-one, you don't really need to see that again.
Poor Karlach. Having to face her own mortality in such a definitive manner. Though the rest of us is still liable to perish, if it's any consolation.
No sense dawdling. Karlach has precious little time left to her. We'd do better than to waste it.
Vengeance is a bitter pill for kind souls. I pity Karlach that she could not savor Gortash's death.
It must be hard to savor anything when your time is running out.
Indeed. When my time comes, I will not go quietly.
Karlach has had her mortality defined to her in most cruel terms. I do not know if we can help her, but perhaps we can at least be there for her.
That concludes this episode. Thank you very much for watching Tran wins Baldur's Gate 3. I'll see you next time.